Greetings, esteemed viewer, I am Trader Nick, and welcome to 2 weeks late Pokemon video! Yay! Why was it 2 weeks late? Because I felt like it. Do what I want. Honestly though, I did sit down to try and make this video a few times, and then I realized I didn't really have that much motivation. See, this is my top 5 ground types, and I really should have done this a while ago because, honestly, I don't see there being that much difference between ground and rock, and I don't like rock very much. The only real difference is that these things can kill electric. Oh, also they have one of the best attacking moves in the game because they have Earthquake, but that's about it. Still, despite all my negatives, I do like these Pokemon, so let's get into it. Alright, so number 5 is Marawak. I like Marawak, not as much as some of my other friends, namely HCP, who seems to think that he's like the coolest ground thing ever. Oh my goodness, Jesus Christ, it throws boomerangs! To be honest, those are pretty good reasons to like Marawak, but it's not going to elevate him much further than the other Pokemon on this list. I do like his design, I think it's nice and simple. I like the battle helmet, and I like that he picks up the bone as a club. And at first I didn't really understand why Cubone's skull suddenly changed when it evolved into Marawak, but then I thought, no, I suppose, as it battles a bit more, then the helmet will probably get smoothed away a bit. You know, like if you get a stone and you rub it against something for a very long time, that stone might smooth out. So if that's what it is, then I kinda like it. It's pretty cool. It's battle-worn. What really holds Marawak back for me is that it, like a lot of Pokemon, suffers from what I call Exploud syndrome, where it has great attacking stats and some decent attacks to use it with, but its defenses and speed aren't quite enough to actually use those attacks. If you can get Marawak working though, good on you. You're a legend, and I'm sure HCP will think of you as a cool guy. Alright, so number 4 on this list, and hey, the camera tracks my movement. I did not realize that before. Number 4 on this list is Krookodile. So as I'm pretty sure you know by now, I'm Australian. We love crocodiles here in Australia. Just speaking for myself, I mean, I assume all other Australians like crocodiles. I think they're pretty neat. We had a celebrity named after hunting crocodiles, so, you know. And Krookodile's just cool. He's a cool guy. I had a Krookodile in my second playthrough of Pokemon Black, and it was a beast. It could destroy things. Actually, my whole team in Pokemon Black was very good at breaking things. But I really liked Krookodile. I think except for the fact that it's a bit too chubby, the design is rather excellent, and the same can be said about its younger forms. In fact, Krokorok is one of those few middle stage Pokemon that isn't super awkward and weird, so that's going for it. Number 3 is the almost obligatory Growden, or Groudon, or Grudon if you were me for about 5 years before you realized, oh wait, no, it's a pun on ground. God, why am I so stupid? Pokemon Ruby was the first game I owned for the Game Boy Advance, and it was fun. I got stuck in a few places, but still, I enjoyed the game, and Groudon is the mascot of that game. Aside from the fact that he's a giant behemoth of ground that brings the sun and can fire solar beams and has eruption, I just really like Groudon's design. I even like the new Omega Groudon, because it looks pretty damn cool, and it becomes a fire type, and fire is one of my favorite types, so that's going to be so exciting. I cannot wait to see what happens to Growden in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. I'm so ready for that. That's why Growden makes number 3. He's great. Okay, so number 2 and number 1 are kind of interchangeable. There's just one thing that keeps this Pokemon from being number 1 and that puts number 1 above this Pokemon. Excadrill is number 2. Quite frankly, I like moles. I think they're adorable little animals. I like this Pokemon because it's beastly. Look at how big its claws are, and look at that giant spike on its face. I like drills, and I like that this thing can turn into one. I love that this Pokemon is an absolute powerhouse, its abilities are great in sand. But one of the things that I love most about Excadrill is actually just how tiny it is. Excadrill's height is only 2'4", or 0.7 meters if you use that kind of measurement, which I do. This means that it's just over a third of my height. It's so adorably small. Like, normally you'd see this thing in-game and you'd think, God, it has to be giant. Look at the size of its claws and face. It has to be big just to support those. No, it's tiny. Adorable. I love Excadrill. There is only one thing keeping it from being number 1 on this list, which is The fact that Gliscor can fly. Yes, my number one ground Pokemon is Gliscor because it can fly and it has the scorpion things, and it's just so many different things. It's a bug, bat, scorpion, vampire, gargoyle. It has so many things going on there, and none of them clash. That's what I like most about this design, is it has that many things happening, and they don't take away from the design. It's one of the best 4th gen evolutions of an old Pokemon, and I always call mine Skyzor because it looks like a flying scissor in many ways. It's so bulky, and while it has that 4 times weakness to ice, I really love Gliscor on my Sandstorm teams because it can mitigate the weakness to fighting that usually happens. Also, look at his face, he's just so happy to see you. I would totally have a Gliscor. Alright, so that's my top 5 ground Pokemon. I hope you enjoyed watching it as much as I enjoyed making it! Now I have to figure out which list comes next. Hey, if you live in European regions, guess what just came out on the eShop for the 3DS? The Pokemon trading card game for Game Boy Color, and it's only $6.50 in Australia. It's a bargain. I loved that game growing up. Played the hell out of it. So go check it out. Speaking of the Pokemon trading card game, you should totally go and listen to the Zero Badges podcast. Well, they'll talk about it. If I tell you about them enough, they'll throw me a cookie. And I like them. So go check that out and give them a thumbs up or whatever the hell it is they use on that website. And while you're at it, make sure you like, subscribe, and all that YouTube stuff, and leave me some comments about ground Pokemon. I don't care what kind of comments, just leave them. I am Trainer Nick, and I will catch you next time. Bye!